Good afternoon. Where did I put that? I'll have some potatoes and salsa and a tomato sandwich. Oh, and coffee. Coffee. Tomato and lettuce and meal, salt and pepper. Tomato, lettuce, and meal, salt and pepper. So, how is everybody today? So today is Friday. It's supposed to rain. Actually, Google said it has a high chance of raining between 2 and 3 today. So, right now, it's sunny with clouds. Yesterday it was supposed to rain. I don't know if it rained. I think it rained last night though, because it was supposed to rain all week, like 80% chance. But yesterday was actually sunny, and it just rained. I think last night because my driveway was wet. So I don't like it when it rains during the day. If it could rain at night, I'd be so much happier. Hi, Kit Kat. How's it going? I made myself a tomato sandwich. Hey, Amanda. And I'm having some fresh salsa with some tortilla chips. Yes, thank goodness it's Friday. We've, I thought it was Friday yesterday. Yay, school shopping. um, I tried to ask my youngest on Wednesday. No, yeah, Wednesday when I did groceries. Oh, we should talk about back to school stuff because we're going. School doesn't start till the day after Labor Day, so September 4th. But we're on vacation near the end of August, so that's where all the sales come. We don't have a lot of back to school stuff shopping. Yes, Rowan? In the spice cupboard. Yeah, that's just tomatoes from the garden and some lettuce. You found it. And then salsa. It's fresh store bought salsa, I think. I usually make my own salsa. Hmm? Okay. So I guess this would be considered vegetarian. I just like tomato sandwiches or cucumber sandwiches sometimes in the summer. Just something my grandma used to have. You guys start August 7th. Well, we don't start. But you also got off. My kids have gone to school till. Well, the elementary kids were at school till June 27th or 28th, and my kids had exams the last 2 weeks of August. So, and then they got off around the 20th. So they don't go back till September 4th. So, hello, Steve. So, Kit Kat, I'm just going to make sure I'm supporting you there. Are you a kid or are you a parent? There you go. I'm supporting you. I'm number 12. Because my kids, when they were younger, they liked going back to school, but just to meet their friends, not about school or anything. And now it's like, because they're in high school now. They don't take the same courses as their friends, so they're not as excited to go back to school. Oh, that's cool. You're a teen, okay? A kid teen. Well, Kit Kat, nice to see you. I'm a mom. I'm a mom of teens. Whereabouts in the world are you? Not going back to school. I'm becoming a freshman in high school. What's a freshman? Grade 9? Okay, my daughter says grade 9. Here in Canada, we don't really do freshman, senior. We do senior, but not really the other ones. Okay, my daughter said yes, they do. Apparently, I don't know. They don't announce it. They say the grade 9s, grade 10s, grade 11s, grade 12s. Well, they do say seniors or. What's new, Jen? Well, um, not a lot's new. Had live stream. Well, I think you were there with Angie yesterday. Saw her finally after missed her. She was busy with vacation and then busy with work. So saw her yesterday. Had nice coffee. Yeah, great night. Awesome, Kit Kat. Mine are going into grade 11 and grade 12. Ah, my oldest could be graduating next year. I'm not ready for that. Can I send you back to kindergarten, Rowan? I liked kindergarten. It was half days at the time. Now there's full day kindergarten, so I'm not ready for them to grow up. It's just going to be raining today. I was cleaning. I've been doing the dishes, doing laundry. To buy a trike, not a bike. And um, my change of supper plans. I just finished uploading the menu plan and change of supper plans for tonight because hubby said he wanted chicken fingers and fries, and so I put it on the menu for tonight. But silly boy had chicken fingers and fries for lunch yesterday, and he doesn't want that for today. So I said, well, I'm not making a whole other meal. I'm gonna. I looked in the freezer. I have a freezer meal of individual meatloaves. They're stuffed with cheese and bacon, I believe, and so we're gonna have that, and we'll probably have salad. So even though my menu plan went up, it's fluid. It's not set in stone. You get off at 4 o'clock. It's late, so we used to get off at 3:15, if earlier than that. My kids go to school. They start school at 8 or 5 to 8, and then they get off at 2:15. Well, actually, I think it says 2:11. It's a stupid time on the schedule. It's like they start at 7:58 or whatever. Like it's not a 00, and they get off at 2:11. I'm like, what? That was last year. It might change a little bit. Yeah, that's what the paper got sent home. Whether they got home at that time. So they get home like when my kids Their high school's across the street. So they get home by 2:30 if they've been chatting with their friends. And so it's easier for them to go and find a part-time job or that to get some hours. My oldest does babysitting a couple of days a week. So I don't know if she's going to do that this year for senior or if she's going to get a part-time job. But yeah, we start at 8 too, but we get there by 7. By 7 drive, then 8. School starts at 3. Cool. Hi, DJM Films Malcolm. How's it going? What did you guys eat for lunch, or are you eating lunch? I'm having lunch late. It's 1:49 here, Eastern Standard Time. I live in Canada, a suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. You're having chicken. Oh, yum. I just cooked some chicken I took out of the freezer yesterday to make some chicken salad sandwiches. That was on the menu for today. But I didn't get cooked with my meal last night. So I just cooked it today. And I'm like, instead of chicken salad sandwich, I'm having a sandwich. Had lunch already. It's one. Okay, so you're in the same time zone as me, Kit Kat, in GA. So what's GA? Is that Georgia? I'll figure. I'll make. I had 2 chicken breasts. I just cooked up in my toaster oven, and I'm gonna make chicken salad sandwich, and we'll have that for lunch tomorrow. Georgia. Okay, good. See, I was like, what other states start with G? I know some of your states. I don't know all 51 or 52. Yesterday was good. I did a live stream with Angie. We had coffee and we caught up on and stuff, and we just chit chatted. And then came home and made supper. I made the curried goat, which was I thought it was curried goat, but it was oxtail, so I made curried oxtail. And I made rice and beans, very very Caribbean meal, and we had naan bread with it. Oh, and I made curried potatoes with hard-boiled eggs in it. 50 stars, 50 states. Okay, that's what's like 50, 51, 52. Now, does that count Puerto Rico? Because Puerto Rico is a state of yours or a republic or so excited for my live stream for tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, I'll see you, Jacob. Yeah, you've already sent me your address. That's a possession. But isn't it a state? Because I thought Puerto Rico had the same kind of rates as, because they're considered. You're half Mexican. Cool. I'm a Heinz 57, so I've got a little bit of everything. No. because they're considered American citizens, though. Hey, Mitchell, family reality TV show. How's it going? My first and only language is English. I'm Canadian. I do know some French, but not enough. I know enough French to get myself out of trouble or to find the police. To find somebody, I know where how this, I know I can read more French than I can speak it because I butcher the language. I don't enunciate the words right. So, but basically, my girls are more bilingual than I am. My husband's bilingual, but bilingual in English French, just to be clear. Because I was like, yeah, we don't know much Spanish. Hello. I'm having a toasted tomato sandwich from tomatoes from the garden and some lettuce from the garden and some salsa and some chips. And of course, coffee. You always have to have the coffee. Mon Dieu. It's Dieu. Dieu. That's my God. Yeah. So, well, and that's funny is the French. My nana and my papa, they were raised in Montreal, but they were raised in the English part of Montreal. And my nana was raised by the English in the orphanage because they couldn't afford to feed them during the Depression and that. So the only one that had money, I guess, was the English orphanage. So they took them in, and so she didn't really learn much French, even though she lived in Montreal for 50 years. And then she moved to Elmer, which is it's also in Quebec, um, but it's a more English-speaking township. It's like half and half. And then she moved to Ottawa. I have small fingers. I have I have short, chubby fingers. When I have to use like latex gloves, like the large fits me, but they're too long. My fingers are short. Medium fits too, but I find they're too tight. But it's bone. Like it's not just fat or anything like that. Like I have really big bones. So it is what it is. So anybody have plans this weekend? We might be going, depending on the weather and depending on how much, because we want to get some stuff done, some cleaning and laundry and sorting of clothes and stuff like that done. Depending on how much that gets done, we might be going to the movies this weekend. We want to probably see Ant-Man and the Wasp. My youngest is a big Avenger fan, so no, Amanda was here, and school shopping. What do you need to get at for back to school? Well, I guess you're just starting in high school, so you probably have a bigger shopping list. My kids' backpacks are fine, I believe. My oldest one, I might need to get another backpack. I always get them some new. I'll get my more coloring pencils and markers and pens. We have enough pencils and highlighters and sticky notes and 4 binders because they're semestered. So I'll see how. I know some of her binders from last year didn't survive. But neither of my kids like the zipper binders. I bought them when they went into grade 9. Grade 8, no, maybe it was grade 8. I bought them the fancy zippered binder because it had sections, and then because my oldest daughter just likes shoving paper in the binder but not like opening it up. I thought, well, at least with zippered she can keep it like that. And she didn't like the zippered one. So as a backup, we have zippered binders still from a few years ago that they didn't like using. But their lunch bags are still good. I want to get a backup drawstring one for Abby. She has. I'll show it to you. One that we got a few years ago. So this one's Rowan's one. Oh, it's dripping. Ick. What the hell? I think there's stuff still in here. Nerg. But that's Rowan's bag. Or something spilt on it. It's a Roots one. It came with containers too. I see this one's Abby's, but this one has. It's like a shoulder strap, like a purse, and it's just a drawstring. Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, my so the first one, Abby's bag, she's had it since like grade 6 or grade 7, so she's now going in grade 11. But it's starting to show wear. Flash drive, backup, binders, pencils, white out. Oh yeah, I have to get white out. My daughter doesn't like the white out pens. She only likes the white out, like the old school white out. I'm like, I picked her up the pens last year and she didn't like them. So, parents getting us new screen protectors. Some guy. Ouch. Yeah, because she doesn't like the pens, so she's like, I'm having trouble with the pens. I don't like the pens. Just get me the old school way out. I'm like, okay. But at their school, um, they're encouraged to bring their own laptops, their own devices to do work. If you don't have some, you can get them from the school. Also, if you have an IEP, which is an individual education plan, um, they have devices there for you to use too. You can sign. You get one for the year. I don't like pens a year. They take too long to dry. Right. Well, so see, there's the pens ones now that has the roll out already dry whiteout. You have IEP? Yep. Cool. Yeah, both my kids do too. That's funny, Steve. That's funny. Have IEP, then some people are exactly. Well, with the IEP, the school board has to follow it. If you don't have an IEP, then you fall through the cracks because an IEP is a legal document. So if it says that you need to have electronic devices to help with reading or writing or whatever, and you don't have it, the school has to provide it. Individual education plan. Well, your IEP is in your school file, so if they're not following it, then they should be. Something for kids that the government follows. Yep. They basically, if you have a learning disability, or even if you have like a physical disability, like Abby has hers for her physical disability, and it shows like their strengths and their weaknesses or whatever, or what they need. Like for example, in Rowan's one, it has stuff like if she needs to, if she wants to, she can get a scribe. So because she knows the answers, but she might not be able to get it all out on paper fast enough. So she could verbally give her answers and somebody can write them out. And for reading, she gets the audiobooks of stuff as well as the e-books, so she can listen as well as read. So if there's sometimes a word that she's not completely unsure of, because she has a language-based learning disability, so there's a bit of dyslexia, a bit of switching of letters or whatever. It's really, but it's not that. She excels in a lot of things. And math, she's like a genius in almost, or not quite a genius, but to me, she's a genius. She numbers make sense for her. Mm-hmm. And in grade 10 here in Canada, you have to pass a literacy test. And if you don't pass, so you take it in grade 10. If you don't pass it, you could take it again. And if you fail it twice, you have to take a special English program that basically teaches the test, and then you take the test a third time and you could pass it. Otherwise, you don't get your diploma. Mm-hmm. Well, this is the thing, is that's why if you have a child who is, say, not reading as fast, or having any type of learning disability, getting them actually officially a test done, the psychological assessment done. But you can get an IEP without one too. But with one, it has more oomph, more, because then you can get the psychologist to literally write out what is needed. Anything path. Awesome. Good job. Yeah, here they don't really tend to fail people. Maybe in high school, but up to up to then they kind of like keep on passing you. When I was a kid, they used to fail people, but now they don't tend to fail. I'm like, I don't know. Thank you. Well, I have to say, Kit Kat is grade 9 was a wake up call for both my kids. The difference from grade 8 to grade 9 is huge. Because in grade 8, you have teachers bugging you on your tail about getting things done. Here's the due date, have the things done. But grade 9, so this is what happened to both my girls. The first semester of grade 9, even the first semester of grade 10 too, it was always like a way of calling, oh, they're putting the same effort that they did in grade 8, but now that effort in grade 9 is only giving them 70% instead of 80%. And so you have to take a lot more responsibility for your work and stuff and write things down. And if you can't write them down, get somebody else to write it down. Because then once they figured out what each teacher wanted, because they were just doing what they normally did, but now they have a new teacher for each subject, right? Well, each teacher wants different things. And some you can get away with being half-assed, and some want things dotted and cross the T's and organized. Like one teacher liked everything like really nice and neat. When anything was messy, even if the information was on there, she would mark things less. So my daughter figured out, well, I'll type things up. Then it's neat because her handwriting's not the neatest. Type things up, and submit that, and then the exact same thing got a higher mark. So, and you actually have to study in high school. Well, in grade 7 and 8, you might have been able to, like, look at things the night before. My biggest advice is to, as you're going through your stuff, like, at the end of every day, just take 5 minutes, look over your notes, or if it's math, redo a couple of the questions, um, so that when a test is coming up next week, you've already been practicing this every single day, so that when you do it, you do a sample test or end of chapter review, and just do that, and you should know it all. So, but it's always hard. Like, so my kids' report cards, if you look at the beginning of the year, of any year in high school, their marks for the 4 subjects are not bad, but the ones for the second term are significantly more on average. And the teachers won't say anything, like, at least where my kids go, they don't call home unless they're actually concerned that they're failing. So they're not calling home when it's 60. And I'm like, no, I would like you to call home if something hasn't been handed in, and you've told my kid to hand it in. I would expect an email or a call or a note or something to say this hasn't been handed in. Because in both my kids' IEPs, memory is not a strong suit, unless it's for something for Abby, unless it's something she's interested in. Like, she can memorize song lyrics, but when stuff is due, not so much. Mm. So, what are your plans, Kit Kat, for the weekend, other than back to school shopping? Oh, Costco has snowsuits in. They had snowsuits in July 14th. The kids had only been out of school for 2 weeks. I did my groceries at Costco. They were already out. The gloves and mitts are out. The summer stuff is almost going to be going on markdown sale stuff, like the sunscreen and all that stuff. I'm like, we're in the middle of summer. But the back to school stuff is out. The lunch bags, like I got around the Roots one from Christmas stuff at Michael's. Well, they might have put it out for Christmas in July. I heard the radio playing Christmas. Really? Well, that may have been for Christmas in July on the 25th. Because I know a lot of, like, the thrift stores and stuff were having called Thriftmas, or start making Christmas gifts. That's a little early. But I guess for Michael's, that's their big time of the year. Because there's not really back to school crafts. Like, if you're going to be crafty and you're going to make stuff, you have to have the time for it. Yeah. Mhm. See, I can't decorate for Christmas. I can't put the tree up until the day after Abby's birthday. That's okay. Hubby has already bought one for Christmas. Remember that board game that I showed in my last live stream? He bought Christmas stuff in July. Let's see if I can find it. I put it somewhere. Oh, there. See, that's for Christmas. Board game. I should just wrap it. We'll just make a pile of gifts by the window there. Then when Abby's birthday's done, then we can set it for Christmas tree. It's her birthday's in December too. So you have to dress up. Is it a fancy dinner, or are you just like in your boxers all day? What time do you normally have supper at? No, you got close. Amanda, that could be scary, walking in a closet, grabbing the first thing you see, if they share a closet. Where are you going to go out for supper? Oh, okay. So it hasn't already been planned. No, told her happy birthday, you old and she asked if I'm taking her to dinner. Said sure if you pay. Okay. I'll tell her happy birthday. It sucks when you have to work on your birthday too. I remember when I was working and stuff, I always tried to book my birthday off because the last thing I want to do is work on my birthday. I can't believe how fast 2018 has been going. Next Wednesday is the 1st of August. I'm like, what? What's with that? Like the time is just going. Sometimes it feels like it's going so slow, but then I'm looking at the calendar and the dates are going too fast. Oh, what else? So, what are you doing today, Steve, besides watching me? Because you're retired, right? Do you garden or have hobbies? Sneeze again. Excuse me. Must be the same person. Okay, you can't spell. Yeah, just even the person. I more time on their hands. How do you remove them? Like I thought you had to just hit remove and they'd go away, but that's not necessarily happening. Hide user. Well, we'll see how many they have, apparently. Okay, I think they're... Because I tried to remove, and it didn't work. It still popped up another one. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go blow my nose. Oh yeah, Amanda. Remember I was telling you about, like, my last video of stuff I got free from my friend who's moving? Yesterday, last night, she dropped off 2 boxes of stuff that from her, only a couple things from her freezer, but mostly from her pantry. Um, that because they had the packers yesterday, so her husband's in the military, and to move the military pays for people to pack their stuff, and then today the movers are coming to pack to move the stuff because they don't. She's still staying here um till the house changes over on the first on Monday. But then she's going to a family reunion, which is in southern Ontario, and then moving to the Maritimes. Yeah, but not just free food. So there was the frozen stuff. There was a package of hash browns, McCain's hash brown potato pieces. There was a bag of like frozen Asian stir fry mix, um, and a couple of English muffins that were frozen, and a couple of, like, I think 1 or 2 other things I can't remember. But in the pantry stuff, because the packers would not pack anything opened that was liquid or cream. So she was posting on the Buy Nothing local Buy Nothing group suntan lotions and bug spray and hair spray and shampoo and conditioner that was opened but uh, uh, not fully empty, and giving those away. So for me, but um, she had balsamic vinegar, some salad dressings that weren't even opened, but I guess she didn't want to pack them. Um, but one of the things was this aged balsamic vinegar. So there was like the regular balsamic vinegar that's like a couple dollars, but the aged stuff is like $10 a bottle. And then there was a little bit of coconut oil and olive oil and honey. Oh, and guar gum and xanath gum and some gluten-free crackers and snacks. There was a whole bunch of different little snacks and nuts. Like some were open, some weren't. Like nuts, mixed nuts. Um, and some granola bars, but they were the healthier ones. So I don't know if my kids will eat those ones. They tend to not like the fruit and nut granola bars, so I might be eating those. But there was a bunch of different granola bars and um, a tomato basil soup, and I took a video of all the stuff. I was quite shocked at the stuff. Oh, there was vanilla. So from the Dominican, so there was white vanilla and dark vanilla from the Dominican, as well as like regular vanilla extract. You're in charge. Like, Steve, where are you going? Do you have to use the facilities? I need more coffee and food. Yes. I was going to say, you have an important business to attend to. You have to release the coffee somewhere. Yes. Yeah, don't leave her too long. Okay, now I've got crumbs. Well, the fact that nobody's in here yet. Yay. Maybe they ran out of accounts. I was just like, I was going to say something. I was going to jinx myself. Um, so what are you having for supper tonight, Amanda? I might need a nap. I don't know. I don't know why I'm tired. Well, part of why I'm tired, I think, is because I'm anemic, so I think that is not helping. But I got up at 6, so it's not like I got really early. But I don't know if I slept extremely well last night. I don't know why. Or a deep sleep. I got like a piece of nail. Um, so yeah, we have leftovers from supper last night, and there's still a bunch of different leftovers. So I think, and then I cooked up some chicken to make chicken salad sandwich. So that's what we're gonna have tomorrow for lunch. Um, Either leftovers or chicken salad sandwiches. And tonight we'll have. I'm gonna grab the individual meatloaves that are stuffed with, I think, cheese and wrapped in bacon. I think I had made as a freezer meal when I was going through, when I was trying to fit all the groceries that needed to be in the freezer. I dug deep and I found those, and I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm unsure if I'll be doing. Well, I'll be doing. You'll be seeing a grocery haul probably this weekend. I should have it up. But after this one, I don't know if I'll do a big haul in August. I think I'm going to just try and eat it. So I think I'll just be picking up literally like milk, eggs, bread, cream, and any veggie or fruit. But at that point in time, also August, we're going to be having a lot more from my garden. So I might not even need to pick up much. So that'll be good. Oh, and I took out from my freezer heart-shaped ravioli. I was going to cook that. I told Rowan to cook up yesterday, but they weren't feeling well yesterday. So like when I was out with Angie, and I wasn't going to cook it up for myself. I'll go show it to you. Okay. See, heart-shaped raviolis. Took them out. They had them at like Valentine's Day. I don't think it was maybe last year. um, so they um, they sell them at Costco. Yes. So in March they had like clover ones, but I don't buy them when they're there. I buy them once it's close to the date or after that holiday. They mark them down to like this is normally like $10, $9 or $10. They usually mark them down to $4.97 or $2.97. So I'm sure I paid one of those prices for this. So this was from a couple of years ago, but I will cook those up, and we'll have those as well, as I have basil to make pesto and stuff like that. So I think that'll be for tomorrow. Rona was asked if she could make it today. I'm like, well, Abby's asleep. I don't know. Abby wasn't feeling well last night, so she got up this morning. She got up this morning, had some baked mac and cheese with hot sauce for breakfast, and then went and lied down. I haven't seen her since. So this is what happens when you're dealing with insomnia. I don't really want to disturb her, but the problem is she has this the sort of the non 24-hour sleep disorder. So basically, her internal clock. Most people's internal clocks are roughly 24 hours. Some are like 23, some are 25, or but it's still roughly. Well, there's some people, especially some people who've completely lost their sight. Their internal clock is either shorter or extends. So some people's internal clock is like 30 hours or 35 hours. So they have no problem staying up for 30, 35 hours. And then they crash for 8 to 12 hours. You know? Which really messes things up. So sometimes meds help, and sometimes diet, sometimes like just physically getting up and going to sleep at a certain time helps sometimes. But I also like when the summertime, if she can catch up on her sleep, I don't. I still make sure that she gets up in the morning, but she has like naps, and then she goes to bed at a decent time. Like she wasn't feeling so good, so I don't know if she's still just not feeling well. But in the summertime, we don't really have a lot of things planned first thing in the morning, so usually it's not an issue. It's really only an issue when it's school, when she has to be at school for 8. And when she's older and she has a job, unless she figures out to find a job that she can go in the afternoons or overnights or whatever, she would do much better. But getting up, like, but also Daddy Jeff is not um, a morning person either. Like when he has to get up for work because his job requires it, but he has to set up an alarm at 6, 6:30, 7, 7:15, 7:30, 7:45, and then at 8. So, or a job with flex schedule. Exactly. So his schedule is a tiny bit flex, but he tends to go in a little bit later and then that way he leaves a bit later. And he usually misses a major part of the rush hour coming home. Um, so he goes in to try and be at work for like 9 or 9:30. So he doesn't usually leave here till 8. Um, Sometimes earlier. Depends on where his meetings are, because it takes him about 45 minutes to an hour to get to work, even during rush hour, because our buses have um, direct lanes on the highway. So, yeah. But when I first started dating him, I was working 2 jobs. One, I was a hostess on the weekends, so I was at breakfast and lunch. So I had to be at work for 6, which was fun. And then another job, it was either morning shift or afternoon, or usually evening or overnights when I wasn't in school. And then when I wasn't when I was in school, it was usually evenings or on weekends, um, or a couple overnights. But he had his own computer business, and he tended to um, do programming and write programs for people. So he'd start at like noon, and he'd work till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And because he was never, but then we dated, and he was doing his own business, and he got into the government just before we found out we were pregnant with Rowan, and that was just before the big huge technological crash here in hiring, and then they crashed like that they just had too many, and a lot of the companies like Corel and stuff and Nortel and stuff cut significantly. So so he got into government just before then, and then got full time. Well, just got full time just before then, where a lot of his classmates that he went to school with were looking for jobs, and some of them ended up working at like Home Depot or Lowe's and stuff just to pay the bills until they found something. But now Canada is booming again. They're hiring. A lot of the high tech companies have been hiring for the past couple of years. So it's never went away. It was more of just they were just always hiring and not producing product. So oh, I think it got undone. There we go. I want to make sure there's no notifications of beep 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 beeps. So, but it's a good thing that he got in with the government because A, benefits, and B, stability, and C, it's really hard when you work for the government because it's union, right? Jobs are overrated. Um, and he just this year he got up and moved up to level 4. So he was level 3, but then he got his job reclassified. Level 4, so he got a raise, so that's always good. But honestly, like we just did our taxes, right? So he got a raise. We didn't really see any difference in pay because the amount that he got a raise for, we got taxed on like more. So we still had about the same take home. Because I'm like, You made this year? You're like, I don't know. But that was interesting. Yep. Yeah, because our yeah, it's about 30%, 25-30% of your income is taxed. But then you like, but then you get some of that back because you get overtaxed, and then because they think that you're going to be in this bracket, but then you don't, and you fall down to this one because of whatever deductions. But so what? Yeah, because I mean, I looked at it, I'm like, because we got our little tax things here, and like he did all the numbers and all that stuff, and I'm like, what? Because it goes from previous years too. Like there's like from 2013 to 2017 and what we had. And actually, 2016 was a low year. Yeah, but we got, yeah, 2016 was a low year. That was a tough year. Um, End of April. So April 30th is the deadline for taxes. And if you're self-employed, you have, I think, till June 30th or so to file taxes. But we never have to pay taxes. We're getting a refund. So um, we get a refund. So we usually wait. Usually, okay. March is business. So end of March, beginning of April is government year end. So Jeff is stressed out and all that stuff. We just don't have the fort, and the weather's not great. So the fortitude to get stuff together, drop it off to the tax guy, and have them do it because it's our taxes are a little more complicated because Jeff has a disability and my daughter has a disability. So technically, for the only perk of having a physical disability, or like is on your taxes. Basically, your first 10,000 income is not taxable. So for Jeff, his first 20,000 roughly, like I'm just using that as a number, is not taxable. So that actually brings him down to a different tax bracket. Now, when Abby's an adult, and when she turns 18, her income, the first 10,000 that she has, won't be taxable. So if only her income is Ontario disability benefit, um, which she can claim for, uh, she won't be paying taxes. But if she has a job and stuff, there's also some things like your so much of your income you could have on your job, even getting benefits. Only reason why she'd probably do that is to be basically getting it, like the dental and prescription and stuff if she wasn't living at home. And even if she was living at home, put the money aside to pay for future expenses and stuff like that, or pay for her electronic devices, her accessibility devices. Because I mean, her Braille note keyboard. Well, the Braille note that she uses, that's $5,000. The keyboard display, Braille display that she could hook up to her laptop or to her phone or whatever, that's $5,000. You know, it's not cheap. So, and you know how electronics are. That they are obsolete within a couple of years. Even more so is that the older accessible technology won't work with the newer stuff. So we're always in the flux of upgrading. Usually Jeff upgrades first, and then Abby or I or whatever, or Rowan will get his hand-me-downs, depending on what it is, because he has to keep up to date because of his work. But yeah, our Prime Minister just announced this last week that with the child tax benefit, like you have kids, you get a child tax benefit. Up to age 6, you get a higher amount. From 6 to 18 is a lower amount. If you have if they have a disability, you get another additional amount, and it goes by your income. So if you're low income, you get a bigger amount. If you're a millionaire, you get, I think, nothing. Or you'll just, if you have a child with disability, there's always a disability amount, so you might get that out. But if you're middle class, usually it's there to help support the middle class, to even out the um, cost of living and stuff like that too. So it helps like the middle class, which I would consider us to be middle class, and um, the working poor, or the lower income people. And they were saying, oh, here, you should notice a difference in an increase this year because certain things they were allowed to upgrade. Ours went down. So all I can say is there are some people I know that look at the child tax benefit as their way of paying bills. Okay, like they rely on it. So it always changes in July because that's when it goes from the assessment of your income from last year. Yes, because we're talking about taxes. um, so it goes on your taxes, what you earned last year. But I'm like, hubby made more technically last year, but really it was like a pay equity. He got a lump sum of money because he was working at level 4 for a few months, and he wasn't getting paid for that amount because they had to go, because the government like is slow at getting back. So he got a lump sum of reconciliation of it. So it looks technically we made more, but we really didn't. We're kind of at the same spot as we were last year. But now my amount went down significantly per month, which is fine. We usually use that amount as being our buffer, our entertainment, our paying for things like back to school, snowsuits. The kids need new shoes because, well, they actually grew, or they wore out the shoes and there's a hole. Ooh, that thunder. Let's go see. Okay, it's 2:48. Google said somewhere. So I'm gonna slip and kill myself. That won't be good. I'll put my Crocs, my dollar store Crocs, which I paid like $4 for, because my feet wear out Crocs. Oh, yeah, these are my cookbook. Nice how they're nice and organized. Let's see. It's just starting to rain. See, it's starting to rain. Tree over there. They really need to chop that down. It's like dead, 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 dead. Hey, G. Yes, sorry. Apparently I can't go very far to get the internet. But yeah, it's just starting to rain, pouring here. We so need it though, because the grass, my neighbors have grass, and it's so dead. Because, yay for rain! Yes, for sure. Well, it was thundering. Google was right for once. It said between 2 and 3, there's a high chance of rain. I'm like, well, it's right. We've had 7 weeks of drought, no rain, and we've had rain almost every day since Monday, Sunday. Well, Sunday we had some. So, but you can now hear the rain. That means I don't have to water the garden. Yay! Apparently, I can't go too far for the internet. I would have to go with my data. Whereabouts are you, Triple G? Arizona. Yeah, that's Arizona has a desert, and it's usually very dry, isn't it? Well, and it's dry, like just dry air. Because I know that people here, if they have like asthma and lung stuff, they go to Arizona to help dry out. Because here we get humidity. Sometimes you have humidity. Okay, because from what I've got, it's fairly dry. That and um, Las Vegas, Las Nevada. Nevada's the state, right? Wherever there's a desert, is also dry. It's my friend who has asthma. When she's gone to those places for vacation, she doesn't have to. She never uses her puffer. She never has any lung problems, anything else. She's like, oh, if only I could live in those places. But so she goes there. She has friends or whatever to visit. Here it's always we have humidity because we're in a valley. Iowa's kind of in the valley. There's the area around us is called the Iowa Valley, where there's all these little townships. Um, the humidity comes and kind of sinks. So whenever any type of weather thing comes in, like when it snows, the storms, clouds, that kind of stays here for a few days. Or when it rains, like if we have a really bad rain storm and stuff, it could be staying here for a couple days. Any type of bad weather, or the humidity when it's hot and humid, it just stays there until it gets blown because across the river from us is the Gatineau Hills, so that's mountains and stuff. Humidity makes me sick. Yeah, so humidity, it's not as bad as Miami. I went to Miami in August one year. When we went on vacation, we went to Miami. We stayed there, and then we left Miami to go somewhere else. Um, but we had to stay there for a couple of days, and the humidity there, it was like pea soup. It was like walking. I can't do anything. I don't feel like eating. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't want to do anything at all. you know how anybody gets anything done in Miami? I have no clue. And the humidity, like we went to Orlando. We did Disney one year, and Orlando, the humidity wasn't that bad. Last week the weather temp was 89, humidity was 76. Well, I was gonna say here we have the humidity. We've had a heat wave for like 2.5 weeks of July, and we had temperatures in the 30s Celsius, which raised the temperature to, it felt like 5 degrees Celsius more in heat. So that was about 100 degrees, um, 90s and hundreds and Fahrenheit, and felt over 100 with the humidity. Our highest one that felt like it was 110. Well, hey Google, hey Google, what is 47 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
47 degrees Celsius equals 116.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it was 116 degrees on Canada Day, which is July 1st. That was without the humidex. And we are. I do feel like in the sun, I felt I was frying like an egg. Hello, Luck Man. How's it going? Luke Man? Luck Man? But yeah, it's raining right now. Hopefully it rains for at least an hour. Like if it just rains for a little bit, if it's not for at least an hour, it will like evaporate. It's not been too hot lately. It's been about 20. Hey Google, what's the temperature right now?
In Ottawa, it's currently 20.
20. It's 187 degrees Fahrenheit where you are, Lookman. I don't know if that's actually possible. Maybe 118. But whereabouts are you? Yes, that's like HE double hockey sticks. Pakistan. Hey Google, what is the temperature in Pakistan?
In Islamabad right now, it's 24.
See, it's hotter. It's hotter here. It's 24 in the bottom odd. Hey, hello world, has me not. How's it going? Yeah, it's. Well, I forgot what. Does anybody remember what Google? Hey Google, what's the temperature? Hey Google, what's the temperature now?
The temperature in Ottawa right now is 20.
Okay, today it's only 20. So that today I would consider. What is the temperature in Karachi, Pakistan?
In Karachi, it's currently 28.
It's 28. Hey Google, what is 28 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
28 degrees Celsius equals 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's 82 where you are right now. Look, Mar. Look, man. Yeah, we've had. Ask him the temperature here. Okay. Hey Google, what is the temperature in Yuma, Arizona?
In Yuma, it's currently 39.
Yes. Well, you get to hear. You just get to hear it in double there, Steve. Or move your Google away from the computer, or turn down your volume. I am kind of loud though. Yeah. No, we've finally broke the heat wave. We've had our temperatures in the 30s for the first 2.5 weeks of July. And I'm like, oh, that was just miserable. Because then we also had humidity on top of that. But 27, 28 is what we normally have here. And then you have the humidity. What's the temperature? Hey, Google, what's the temperature in El Paso, Texas?
The current temperature in El Paso is 32.
It's hotter where you are. You win. Ding 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 ding. Whose hottest temperature? That was ours last week. This week we got rain on Sunday and it finally cooled down a bit. Not not a lot because we still have to use the air conditioner. But it's not crazy. Only 74 there. Whereabouts are you, Steve? Again, I keep on forgetting. Hey Google, what is the temperature in Austin, Texas?
In Austin, it's currently 37.
Wow, it's hotter where you. Okay, I think you win, Jolan. Ding 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 ding. Hey Google, what is the temperature in
In Nordvik, Russia, it's currently 6 degrees.
6? Holy crap, that's cold. Do you actually get summer there? Hey Google, what's the temperature in Amarillo?
The temperature in Amarillo right now is 23.
It's hotter where you are. It's only 20 today here. We don't need heat. We have skin of bear. Well, that's cold. This year, like I live in Canada, which is a suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. We're pretty much on the same line on the. Uh, I think we're the Ottawa is I think the coldest, the most north capital or Moscow. I don't know. Hey Google, which is more north, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, or Moscow, Russia?
Sorry, I can't help with that yet.
Hey Google, what is the longitude and latitude of Ottawa?
Ottawa's coordinates are 45.4215 degrees north, 75.6972 degrees west.
45. Hey Google, what is the longitude and latitude of Moscow?
Moscow's coordinates are 55.7558 degrees north, 37.6173 degrees east.
So 55. So they're 10 degrees more north. We're the second coldest capital. Moscow is the coldest. But we get minus 40 temperatures here, too, in the winter. But our usual winter temperatures are about minus 25 to minus 30, with some minus 10s. But we do also we go from one extreme. January 1st, we had minus 42, and then July 1st, we had plus 47. Hi, Triple G. Okay, I'm glad that you popped in and nice chatting with you. And we've had lots of fun asking Google temperatures. So I need to plug my phone in because it's going to die. There we go. We don't want it to die. What else should I ask Google? Nothing. Hey Google, how far south can ships travel?
On the website Quora.com, they say, Lewis is about 25 feet deep, but it can change every day by feet or inches.
That didn't answer it. Hey, Secrets Immortal, how's it going? Not bad. And yourself? Hey, Google, how far south can ships travel?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Hey, Google, how far south do ships travel?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
No. Doesn't like me. Hey, Google, can ships travel to Antarctica?
On the website coolantarctica.com, they say, Antarctica Peninsula, fly cruise trips fly from South America over the Drake Passage and join the ship in Antarctica, fly both ways or sail one and fly the other, 6 to 12 days. Eastern Antarctica depart from and return to Australia or New Zealand, sometimes from one to the other.
So apparently, yes. Hey, Google, can you laugh?
Ha ha.
Hey, Google, tell me a joke.
What's the best part about living in Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus.
Hey, Google, tell me a joke.
What do sharks say when something rad happens? Jawsome.
I know, they're like bad dad jokes. Hey, Google, is reality an illusion?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey, Google, what is reality?
Here's the definition of reality: the world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notional idea of them.
Hey, Google, tell me a joke.
What type of shoes do frogs wear? Open-toed.
Hey, Google, flip a coin.
All right. It's tails.
How's your Google's going, Steve? You won, you got heads? Oh, Google will keep you entertained forever. You can even play trivia games with it. And let's see, I'm gonna see. There's a whole bunch of things that we haven't figured them all out. Sorry. Got something stuck on my keyboard. Oh, I got hiccups now. Um, let's see. Google. Hmm. Can find your favorite character or celebrity. Yeah, I think so. They've done some uh, games. Like, do I just have to ask it? Hey Google, what's my favorite character?
I don't know that yet. What's your favorite character?
I don't know. Hey Google, cancel. Hey Google, do dogs have souls?
Okay, I'll remember that.
No. Hey Google, do dogs have souls?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Okay, tell me. Okay, there's the thing of. Yeah, my husband and my daughter play games and do things with the Google. I don't usually. They have these choose your own adventure games and stuff they like to do. Hey Google, do dogs see souls?
My apologies. I don't understand.
No, he doesn't know. Hey Google, how old are you?
If you're asking if I've had work done, I'll have you know, these are my original features.
Uh, uh. Hey Google, what's the meaning of life?
Better minds than mine are working on that.
Hey Google, what was Vlad Dracul?
According to Wikipedia, Vlad III, known as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracula, was voivode of Wallachia 3 times between 1448 and his death.
Hey Google, what is love?
Love seems like one of the most important things people can share.
Hey Google, talk to Akinator.
Alright, here's Akinator. Hello and welcome. This is Akinator the Genie. Do you want to know how to play?
Yes.
I'm a genie. My power is to read your mind and tell you who you are thinking of. I know what you're thinking now. Are you thinking it's impossible? Let's try. Just think of a character, real or fictional, and answer my questions. Want to try it?
Yes.
Okay, let us begin. Is your character a female?
No.
Has your character really existed?
Yes. Yes.
Akinator isn't responding right now.
Oh.
Try again soon.
Hey Google.
Here's Akinator. Hi, great to see you again. Do you remember how to play?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started. Is your character real?
Yes.
Is your character's gender female?
No.
Is your character a famous YouTuber?
No.
Is your character more than 40 years old?
Yes.
Did your character die?
Yes.
Is your character American?
No.
Has your character killed humans?
No.
Is your character in the Bible?
No.
Does your character create music?
Not that I know of.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Does your character create music?
No.
Is your character European?
Yes.
Is your character a scientist?
No.
Has your character been dead for more than 100 years?
No.
Is your character British?
Yes. I think so.
Is your character into politics?
Um, no.
Is your character an actor?
No.
Is your character a writer?
Yes.
Does your character especially appeal to children?
Sometimes.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Does your character especially appeal to children?
No.
Is your character linked with magic?
Yes.
Has your character been dead for more than 20 years?
No.
Does your character have a beard?
Yes.
Is your character associated with comedy?
Yes.
I think of Sir Terry Pratchett. Am
Oh
I
my
right?
goodness. Yes, you did.
Amazed? I am sure you will love my free mobile app. Are you interested?
Sure. He got.
App Store. Do you want to play again?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started a new game. Is your character real?
No.
Is your character an adult man?
Yes. We're doing a
Does your
genie
character
game.
wear a mask?
Yes.
Does your character wear a lot of black?
No.
Is your character from Fortnite?
No.
Is your character a superhero?
Yes.
Is your character from Avengers Infinity War?
Yes.
Is your character from Iron Man 2?
Yes.
Is your character interested in robotics?
Yes.
Does your character wear a metal mask?
Yes. I believe so.
What is the user underscore answer?
Yes.
Is your character black?
No.
I think of Tony Stark Iron Man. Am I right?
Yes. Okay. That is freaky.
I'm not sure I understand your answer. Remember,
Yes.
you must answer using yes or no. I think of Tony Stark Iron Man. Am I right?
Yes.
I guessed correctly again. Do you want to play again?
Who should I say now?
I'm not sure I understand your answer. Remember, you must answer using yes or no. Do you want to play again?
Yes. Pick something, guys.
Okay, let's get started
Okay.
a new game. Does
We'll
your
start.
character play in movies?
Yes.
Is your character related to Marvel?
No.
Is your character an adult man?
Yes.
Is your character still alive?
Yes.
Is your character currently more than 50 years old?
Yes.
Is your character white?
Yes.
Does your character often play in action movies?
No.
Does your character mostly play in comedies?
Yes.
Does your character appear in every episode of their TV series?
Repeat.
Does your character appear in every episode of their TV series?
Um, no.
Is your character over 60?
No.
Does your character really exist?
Yes.
Is your character from The Mask?
No.
Is your character in Grown Ups?
Um, no.
Does your character often play in movies?
Yes.
Does your character have curly hair?
Yes.
Is your character from a Christmas movie?
Um, uh,
Is your character from a Christmas movie?
is he from a Christmas? Yes.
Is your character a part of the Cube SMP?
Repeat?
Is your character a part of the Cube SMP?
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Is your character a part of the Cube SMP?
No.
Is your character related to Christmas?
Yeah.
Does your character wear green?
Yes.
Does your character often wear a hat?
Yes.
Does your character make toys?
Yes.
I think of Buddy. Am I right?
Yes, from Elf.
I guessed correctly again. Do you want to play again?
No. So
Don't forget to check
they
out
said
my
his
free
his
mobile
character
app on
name,
your
not
favorite app
his
store.
birth name.
See you next
But I'm
time.
like, yeah, that's his name. I had to Google it. I had to go on my computer to look at it. That's really freaky. Do 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 do. So I'm like, I don't know. What's a cube? How is that? That is freaky. I'm like, what? And then it's like, oh yes, Elf. But I know him from other shows. I was gonna say, what's QBSM? Hey Google, what is QBSM?
According to Wikipedia, Quarterback U is a nickname used by sports writers to refer to colleges that have trained a series of notable football quarterbacks. It is a literary device invoked in the individual discretion of sports writers and does not represent any formal decision-making process or organized sports writers poll.
Yeah, because I have no idea what that is. I think that's what the guy with the Akinator said. Oh, I will have to do. I'll have to do that another time. I'll have to do like just a live stream of pick characters, and we'll ask Akinator. That was cool, totally cool. Because I'm like, oh, but I'm surprised he guessed Terry Pratchett. Because I also had to Google because I'm like, I don't know a lot about his life. Just just his books. Well, bye, Secrets of Moral. That was awesome. Thanks for helping me out there. My kids and Jeff, my kids have done it, but I don't pay attention to it. I don't usually have time to be. They play also some games with that. I tried Google tapped into mind control. That was completely weird. I'm surprised they got Terry Pratchett. I figured they'd get Iron Man because of Avengers and stuff like that, but and they did get Buddy from Elf, but I was really thinking of Will Ferrell, which was his birth name. But so that was neat, eh? Well, sometime I should just do a live stream of going through Talk to Akinator. Like that was cool. Do you want me to do another one? I could do Harry Potter. Hey Google.
See you again. Do you remember how to play?
Uh, yes. Who should I pick then, Amanda?
Okay,
Type
let's
it.
get started. Is your character real? Sorry, I didn't get that. Is your
That's
character
cool,
real?
Javon. Yes. Who should I
Is your
pick, Amanda?
character an adult man?
No, it has to be real.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Is your character an adult man?
Yes. I'm going to pick Trump.
Is your character black?
No.
Is your character a YouTuber?
No. Is he? I don't think so.
Does your character create music?
No. Help me answer the questions because I don't know anything about. Nope.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Does your character create music?
No.
Is your character a wrestler?
No. It'd be funny if he was.
Is your character an actor?
Um. Is he an
Is your
actor?
character an actor?
Yes. Exactly.
Is your character more than 40 years old?
Yes.
Is your character American?
Yes.
Does your character mostly play in comedies?
No.
Is your character over 60?
Yes.
Is your character dead?
No. But some people wish that it was.
Did your character run for president?
Yes.
Has your character lost their son?
Um.
In Texas?
No.
I think of Donald Trump. Am I right?
Yes.
Amazed? I am sure you will love my free mobile app. Are you interested?
Yes. Okay, that's
Please
freaky.
download my app from
Look,
your
he didn't have
favorite app store.
asked much.
Do you want to play again?
Yes. Amanda, I'll choose that one that you said before. Yes.
I'm not sure I understand your answer. Remember, you must answer using yes or no. Do you want to play again?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started a new game. Is your character a famous YouTuber?
No.
Is your character an adult man?
Yes.
Does your character create music?
No.
Did your character run for president?
No. I don't think so.
Does your character personally know you?
No.
Is your character linked with sports?
No.
Is your character real?
No.
Does your character use guns?
No. Does he?
Does your character stand on two legs?
Yes.
Does your character fight evil?
Yes.
Does your character wear a mask?
Yes.
Does your character wear a red suit?
No.
Does your character have the Batman logo on the chest?
Yes.
Does your character appear in more than one Batman film?
Yes.
I think of Batman, Bruce Wayne. Am I right?
Yes.
I guessed correctly again. Do you want to play again?
Who else, Amanda? Pick somebody. How's he guessing
I'm
this?
not sure I understand your answer. Remember, you must answer using yes or no. Do you want to play again?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started a new game. Is your character real? Sorry, I didn't get that. Is your character real?
Yes.
Is your character an adult man?
Yes.
Is your character black?
Not that I know of.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Is your character black?
Probably not.
Does your character have a gaming channel?
No.
Does your character create music?
No.
Is your character a basketball player?
No.
Is your character from YouTube?
No.
Does your character own a car?
No.
Does your character have a son?
No, not that I know of.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Does your character have a son?
Probably not.
Is your character in the Bible?
Yes.
Can your character walk on water?
Yes.
Is your character the son of a god?
Yes.
I think of Jesus Christ again. Do you want to play again?
Yes. I'll do that one now.
Okay, let's get started a new game. Does your character own a car?
Yes.
Is your character from YouTube?
No.
Does your character have any siblings?
Um. Maybe.
Is your character more than 40 years old?
Yes.
Did your character run for president?
No.
Did your character die?
No.
Does your character often play in movies?
Um. Uh.
Does your character often play in movies?
No.
Is your character a female?
No.
Is your character linked with sports?
No.
Is your character on a popular TV show?
No. Well, I know who that is there, but I was just saying, I think he was on
Has
a
your
show.
character recorded any albums?
Yes.
Is your character over 60?
Yes. Yes.
Is your character British?
Yes.
Was your character part of the Beatles?
Yes.
Is your character a drummer?
No.
Has your character performed with the Beatles?
Yes.
Did your character die a tragic death?
No.
I think of Paul McCartney. Am I right?
Yes.
I guessed correctly again. Do you want to play again?
Who should I pick now, Amanda?
I'm not sure I understand your answer. Remember, you must answer using yes or no. Do you want to play again?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started. A new game. Is your character real?
Pick one.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Is your character real?
Yes.
Is your character an adult man?
Yes.
Is your character black?
No.
Is your character a YouTuber?
No.
Does your character create music?
Um. I don't know.
Is your character more than 40 years old?
Yes.
Is your character dead?
No.
Is your character an actor?
Yes.
Is your character linked with WWE?
I don't know. Hey, Google. Repeat.
Is your character linked with WWE?
No.
Does your character mostly play in comedies?
Yes.
Is your character in Grown Ups?
No.
Is your character said to be a hot guy?
No.
Is your character over 60?
Yes.
Does your character appear in every episode of their TV series?
No.
Is your character linked with drugs?
No.
Is your character related to the Ghostbusters franchise?
No.
Does your character have Jewish origins?
I don't know.
Does your character have white hair?
Oh, yes. No.
Is your character short?
No.
Is your character from a TV series?
Yes.
Is your character over the age of 65?
No.
Is your character from a kids show?
Yes.
Does the name of your character appear in the title of a movie?
No.
Was your character in Full House back in the day?
Yes.
Is your character considered overprotective?
Yes.
Is your character a single parent?
Yes.
I think of Bob Saget. Am I right?
Yes.
Amazed? I am sure you will love my free mobile app. Are you interested?
Yes.
Please download my app from your favorite app store. Do you want to play again?
No.
Well,
And it was like, is he Jewish? And I'm like, I don't know. And I went on Wikipedia, and apparently he is Jewish. But I'm like, I don't know. How I get to the farm? How's it going? You had a real scare about what? What happened? Because I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm looking, I'm like, what? I had to Google him because I'm like, okay, if they're gonna ask him what movies he's in, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, the Googles. I was putting a hashtag in my vids, and it triggered the spam bot. Did they delete it completely? I went appeal and got back this morning. Ah, good. Phew. See, that's the downside with putting hashtags. Is that uh people, well, no, because see, so the way that YouTube is that they have a robot or whatever algorithm, and they try and catch um spam, because there's a lot of people that build up a YouTube channel and then spam and stuff like that. So they don't like seeing hashtags, and some hashtags are like, but just not over and over on each video in a small amount of time. Yeah, because you're thinking that it's like a robot doing it. Like, I don't put hashtags. I just put the tags. Do you put them in the description? Yeah, hashtag dangerous. Exactly. Okay. I've seen that in a few videos lately. I was wondering how they do that. One of my daughter's friends basically talks hashtags. Like, hashtag I know. Hashtag, I'm like, oh my god, I'm a smoker. I shouldn't say friend. an acquaintance doing my old videos short season. Okay. Who uses them as a search item? Okay. See, I don't have all my creative material backed up. I have some of it, but I don't have because you also don't have space for all, and definitely not the live streams. Yeah, now I'm just eating the chips. I'm like, I don't want to go and grab more sauce, so I'm just eating some chips. Get to the farm. Cool. Put the link and I'll click it. But you can't upload your videos in the same place twice, no? You have to change them, I think. But if you have a video up on YouTube, how can you download it and then copy it, like and change, like to be able to edit it and put it up there? There's a copy of an already posted and not let you post it again. Do you have a high BP? What's a BP? Or a high pulse rate? Well, YouTube actually caught me uploading a video that I had already uploaded, which I had forgotten I had already uploaded. I had it sitting there and I go, oh, I should upload it. Blood pressure. Do I have high blood pressure? No. No. It's actually normal or on the low end of normal. Why? Oh, hear me right. No, I just have like allergies. I know breathing heavily is blood pressure. No, I just have allergies. So I'm kind of So that was already on my Canal Zone channel and ah, sorry. I tend to breathe through my nose or my mouth. Well, not breathe through my mouth. I snore at night. Nasal conjunctions. Yeah, probably. I just know that I'm always just stuffed, and then when my allergies acting up, then like crazy because I'm allergic to pollen and dust. So no matter where I am, smoke, cats. I have two cats, dogs. My in-laws have dogs. My mom used to be a doctor, so I was curious. Okay, cool. No, actually, what's funny? So I went and I just had a doctor's appointment literally on Monday. Uh, so my blood pressure is perfectly normal, low. I am anemic though. I don't know if that's helpful. So I have to take iron pills, and I'm like, yay! I was vitamin D deficient. We did tests a couple months ago, but I think with the summer now that we're actually getting sun, that I've stopped taking my vitamin D. I was supposed to be taking like 2,000 IU's or whatever, but I spent a lot of time in the sun, as you can tell. My good sun. Yeah, iron tablets. Well, I just picked up some new ones because I ran out of ferrous sulfate, I think. But I find they sometimes upset my tummy. So I don't know, this new batch I got from Costco. Okay, if you need vitamins, go to freaking Costco. Ask behind the desk. Okay, I got like 100 tablets for like $4 Canadian. Actually, I'll go get them. You're studying to be a doctor. Whereabouts are you? You're in UK? We need doctors in Canada. Where I live, to get a family doctor, there's waiting list. You can go to the clinic. There's just not enough doctors. But you can't get extremely rich here. Where's... Oh, yeah. Costco. Catch a stream. Yabba dabba dabba. Well, my youngest has had low hemoglobin before. Like, extremely low. That she had to have... Like, we got called and she was on the iron pills for months, and... Yeah, I'm out of shape, but... No, that's me. Not, That's me running up the stairs. So she had low hemoglobin. And here, so the numbers, I don't know how it works in your country, but they do different testing, different numbers. So normal hemoglobin's about 100 for an adult, and child's about 110, 120. And around 50, they do a blood transfusion. A couple years ago, so this was what, 4, 5 years ago, hers was 28, and that Friday afternoon or whatever, or Thursday, whatever day it was, afternoon. By the time we got in there, 4 hours later, because they called us and said it was low, go to the hospital now. 4 or 5 hours later, it was at 26. So it was at 26, and so they gave her a blood transfusion, and then she was admitted for like 12 or 14 days, trying to figure out what it was. They found was first a bit of, I thought maybe it was, they did a whole endoscopy, colonoscopy, everything, and they couldn't really find it. They found something that could cause a bit of anemia, but not to the extent of what it was. So then she was on iron pills for a long time. Yeah, different units and different kinds. So that's what I'm going to say, the numbers. So that's what I was kind of giving you the rough of what it was. And then, literally a year later, same time frame, like end of March, beginning of April, same time frame, it was low again. So they're like, oh, but it was like in the 30s, 40s. because she was on iron pills, then getting blood tests every month, and it was coming up normal. So they did it for so many months, and they're like, okay, off iron pills and do blood tests, and it was still normal. So they're like, okay, she should be fine. Maybe it was just a one-off thing. Then a year later, almost anniversary, it was low again. But this time they didn't blood transfusion because they were worried last time. Because usually people who are 26, 27, 28, they've been in a car accident and have internal bleeding, like blood is gushing out of them. She wasn't. We walked. We had just come back from camp. So the second time, her numbers were in late 20s, early 30s. They didn't do a blood transfusion. They just did iron fills, and that's when they did a whole bunch more tests because now it was her blood versus because once they have the transfusion, it's all their blood numbers. I have 3 sinus surgeries for chronic. And the last one was under the top lip. Only one left to try is near brain. Yeah, you don't want to go in there. But, so yeah, iron pills, 4.29. These ones are elemental iron, 100 tablets, Costco, 4.29. Novo Ferrogluc, 35 milligrams from 30 milligrams of ferrous gluconate USP. So that's what was recommended at the pharmacy, and it was cheap. I mean, the other ones that we've had were, where are they? So the other ones that I had were the ferrous sulfate, 300 milligrams, 100 tablets. So these ones cost like $10, and that's even like, well, probably about $7 to $9, and that's the store brand. These were Costco's generic ones, and it was $4. It's anaerobic bacteria, so they can't ever get a culture. An unrelated cat scratch infection cleared up. Something that's pretty good, so at least we know. So you gotta get antibiotics cleared up. Yeah, but if you take antibiotics too much, well, see, I no, that's the thing. It's we're not we clot well, so we're kind of unique. We clot really well, so like we're not bleeding. We don't have hemophilia. They've tested for every single rare anemias out there. Um, they've tested for her for. Now for me, not yet. I mean, it was a shock when I went and got like finally got a family doctor. I've been going to the local clinic for years because there hasn't been a family doctor in our area that was taking on new patients. Anaerobic bacteria live without oxygen. It will kill the bacteria when they try to get a culture. Ah, so that's it. Almost impossible to get a culture. Eh? Let's see what these look like. Are they going to be big, huge, whopping pills? But yeah, no, so with my daughter, so they did every single test. Like she was in there for twice, once for 10 days, one for 14 days. and we had the head of hematology from the Children's Hospital, head of hematology from the Ottawa Civic Hospital, head of hematology from the General Hospital, all these and specialists coming in to check on her because it was abnormal. Like it was just a freak thing. I was talking about that thing because I was saying, oh, these ones are blue. That's interesting. These iron pills are blue.
I've only seen them as green.
I know. Well, the ones from Costco, they're elemental. Yes. But I was saying I'm anemic, so maybe you got the anemia apart from me. Look,
No, look at my.
I've never seen a blue
Oh, and Mom,
iron pill.
You're wrong about me.
I
Second time didn't drop to 30. My
what was
second time dropped to 50.
no, it was below 50.
No, Mom.
Whatever. Okay, as I said, it was higher than 20.
50, barely.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fluctuating the second time. The first time was just dropping.
Yeah, it kept on dropping. So then they gave her blood transfusion.
Mom.
We are not normal. That's the case of 1 million among billions. Exactly. Normal is a setting on the dryer and the washer. That's the only thing that's normal.
Can I have food?
Did you just wake up for your little nap?
Maybe.
It's almost supper time, you know?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. The joys of insomnia. You did have baked mac and cheese for breakfast at 6:30, 7:30. When was that?
It would have had to be
Was that before or after Daddy went?
after.
After, so 8:30. Okay, well then you sit here and chat. Or sing a song.
No, I'm too tired.
She's too tired.
My
She just woke up.
not doing well.
um,
I just woke up.
yes, I know you just.
The fact that I'm not sounding like crap is a miracle.
Want croissant?
No. What did you do to my phone?
Oh, it's plugged into my bed.
Why is it gone?
Because I need the cord. So I plugged your phone.
What are you doing? Mom,
What?
what are you doing?
I'm getting a croissant and a pepperoni.
Okay. Sure.
I don't want you to have a whole meal. Here. Because we're going to be eating supper in about 2 hours.
What is that gonna be?
What? Wait. Just a second. Well, dinner tonight was supposed to be chicken fingers and fries because I got approved by hubby the menu plan as I just uploaded the menu. But hubby yesterday, well, informed me today that he ate chicken fingers and fries yesterday. So he did not want that for supper today. So I said, well, I'm not making a big meal again, like an elaborate meal, because yesterday I made Caribbean peas and rice, so Jamaican peas and rice. I made curried oxtail.
I thought it was supposed to be goat.
It's supposed to be goat, but see, it was supposed to be curried goat. Like I thought when I picked up the things was either goat or oxtail, and I picked up oxtail. It was oxtail. So that was oxtail, and
No wonder it was so bony.
well, it was the goat and the oxtail was both bony, and then I made curried potatoes because he loves curried potatoes and hard boiled eggs in it, and then we had naan, and there were some veggies. There was veggies in the curries as per the recipes. So
How can you pronounce non right, but you can't pronounce taco?
I don't know. It's, Abby is the grammar police.
I got it from my papa.
So yes, it does sound like his own fault. So I said, okay, well these are the options. We have a bunch of leftovers, but he doesn't want those leftovers right now because he doesn't like leftovers the next day. So they have to be lunches or whatever. That's fine. Um, so I have in the freezer when I was searching for stuff and trying to fit things in there. I know as I said, he's my pickiest eater. But the problem is, I have to make sure he's happy because he's the one that's working and paying for the groceries. So I can't really piss him off too much, too often. So, anyways, in the freezer when I was moving stuff around, I reached really deep. I found that um, I had a bag of from freezer meals of stuffed meatloaves, and I know that I made like a double batch type thing that we had it, and my family liked it, which they were kind of shocked that they liked it because usually meatloaf, the only meatloaf that they like is my mother-in-law's meatloaf.
Mom,
Yes, Abby.
do you mind if I have leftovers instead of meatloaf?
No, you're gonna have meatloaf, and then once you've had the meatloaf, because I'm making meatloaf, I'm making double stuffed potatoes because Daddy wants some
I
double
love
stuffed potatoes.
Mom,
What?
I really don't like meatloaf.
Well, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna like it.
Rowan had a freezer dinner. Had a
For
lunch.
Asians, but yes, but you can try it. Okay, if you don't like it, then you don't have to eat it all.
Because I usually eat almost everything, but meatloaf is one thing that I'm not.
Okay, just a second.
Why do you talk about me on
Just a
live
second.
streams with Andre?
Okay, I'm now exploring the song to hit film. Okay, cool, Jalon.
Mom,
What?
why do you talk about me on live streams but not my sister?
I do. I talk about Rowan too. Don't I, guys? I talk about y'all. Nicely. Only nice things. Why am I putting Amanda in timeout? What did she do? She didn't do anything.
What do you mean by timeout?
On live stream, because. Okay, just trying to.
Did you on timeout her?
No, I didn't time her out. He's just joking, Steve. For bullying, Amanda's bullying. Well, you bully her too. You're. No, well.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Have you seen Princess Cat since this morning?
Yeah, she was down there.
If you want an interesting story, tell them about what Princess did.
No. It's, So what are you guys having for supper? Well, Steve's eating out. Amanda, what are you having? Also, SSD time. What's SSD time? Oh, okay. Because I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. It, gee. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, so I was saying these ones. So normal iron pills I've never are normally red. So the ferrous sulfates is red, but these other ones, these Novo Furlow Elemental Iron, are blue. Isn't that weird? Never seen them before. That's for my iron. So each tablet contains seraphocyte dried 60 milligrams, which is 300 milligrams. This was 35 milligrams, but it's 300 milligrams of USP, whatever it is. Well, I should get going too. Oh, hi, Spooky Loogie Hyena. How's it going? I was just actually saying I should be getting going soon and starting supper. Um, as it's been a bit quiet, and people have to get going for their activities, and Steve's going out for supper. I think Amanda's still at work. I think you have yes, there is one fly around here. There's a couple that have, because we keep it's summertime here. We keep on having the windows open and the doors open, and the flies come in. So I have a fly zapper that zaps it. So that was just a fly that flew by. Oh, hi, BJ Hunting. How's it going? Well, in about 10 minutes I'll go. Okay? Because I have to make supper. Shiny penny in a bag of water. Chase them away. But what if they're in the house? I have to put that outside, I guess. Because they're already in the house. I have to try and kill them. So I have like fly sticky tape stuff that catches them. But yeah, they just like when you come in the door and three or four come in, like or especially if we're all coming into the door at once, like four people, it's being left open for like 30 seconds. I mean, that's all like outside. There's flies, there's mosquitoes. Excuse me. Just making sure no one tried to call me through. So what's that? A sandwich? Oh, you're having a sandwich? Like, I don't know. It looks like a box. I don't know what that is. Well, on my phone, it just shows like a box with an X in it, but on the computer, it shows up a sandwich. Yes, I had a tomato and lettuce sandwich on toast, and I had some salsa and tortillas and coffee, of course. You gotta have coffee. It was actually relatively healthy. Hey, 50 chickens in a hen house. How's it going? Yeah, no meat. I wasn't in the mood for it. And these tomatoes were right from the garden, so it's yummy. And lettuce was right from the garden, so I guess it was a vegetarian time. But for supper, we're having meat. We're having meatloaf. Individual meatloafs. I think they're stuffed with chicken and wrapped in bacon. what what job do you have? 50 chickens in a hen house. Why is that depressing? You don't necessarily have to have meat every meal. We're not vegetarian, but we do like to have a vegetarian meal once in a while. Excuse me. Apparently, I need another coffee. What job are you doing besides taking the chickens? I'm just gonna get coffee. I'll be right back. Are you down here? There, I'm back. Had to heat up my coffee in the microwave because it was cooled down. I clean and work at a gym in town. It takes about 6 hours to do. You can legally work in Oklahoma at 14. Cool. Well, here you can babysit. Some grocery stores will take you at 14, but usually you have to be 15 or 16. So that's some really good work ethic. You clean and work at a gym. That's awesome. Well, yes. There has to be. So yeah, there's minimum wage. So there's minimum wage here. That's for over 16, and I think under 16 is less. Let's say minimum wage for child labor. But kids do babysitting once they pass a babysitting course, and they can usually do that from 12 or 13. Give up. Give one up him with caps. Try to one up him with caps. I don't understand that. So minimum wage for students under 18. So, but this was last year's numbers because now it's $14 an hour. But this was last year. It was general minimum wage for under. No, general minimum wage was 11.40. Student minimum wage was 10.70. Liquor servers minimum wage was 9.90. But now, uh, no, see this old article. There we go. We'll go there to that spot. Ontario. There we go. $14 general workers, $15 in January 1st next year. 12.20 liquor servers, 13.30 $13.05 in January 1st. And then students is 13.15 under 18. That's less than 28 hours a week. If $14.10 for next January 1st. And it depends on which province the minimum wage. So Quebec is $12, $9.80 if gratuities apply. So if they're like a server, the cheapest one, Prince Edward Islands $11.55, Newfoundland's $11.15. New Brunswick's $11.25. So we're the highest one right now. We just got the highest one, but before that, Alberta was $13.60, and in October of this year it'll be $15, so it'll be more than us for a few months. And then Northwest Territories is $13.46. Pay above the regular minimum wage. I don't know what the child one is though. So there's a student wage is less than the. Sorry. Work maximum of 6 hours, I believe. Off by 11, I think. Yes. Well, that is the rules here too. Hey, Columbia fan, long time no see. We're talking about minimum wages, and then January it went to $14. So this is the problem: is that our minimum wage should have been going up regularly, like larger chunks regularly, but our minimum wage was only going up like 20 cents. Like put it this way: when I was working, so 13, so no, Abby's 15 and a half, so 14 years ago, I was getting paid. Well, minimum wage then was $10. That was 14 years ago. It's supposed to have gone up every 20, like every year, 10, 20 cents, but it hadn't been. So they did a big large jump this past January. People were complaining. And then next year it's going up a whole dollar again. So it'll be $15 an hour. Um, and if you're a waitress or that, it's less than that. Like you get the server's wage. Dang it. It'll be like 10 more years until it'll be like well, and I understand like how in the States there's such high degrees. Like I just know I thought it was relatively everywhere in Canada, but as I'm looking here, it's provincial. So the minimum wage is provincial. So that is why people come and work here who want to come to Ontario and work here. But Northwest Territories is 13.46 now. That's way up north. That's their minimum wage. Nunavut is $13, but you're going to be paying a shitload more money for food up there. The lowest is Nova Scotia with $11 experienced workers and $10.50 for inexperienced workers. That's it doesn't even have it for like liquor service. Alberta is $13.60. They don't have a liquor servers one. British Columbia is $12.65. $11.40 for liquor servers. Saskatchewan is oh, that's the cheapest one. $10.96. $11.06 in October. That's the lowest in Saskatchewan. But also Saskatchewan, there's not a lot of people. $11.15 in Manitoba, $14 in Ontario, $12 in Quebec, $11.25 New Brunswick, $11 in Nova Scotia, PEI $11.55, Newfoundland and Labrador $11.15, Yukon $11.51, Northwest Territories $13.46, and Nunavut is $13. And have some kids. Who's coming with me? Wage is low. It's at 7.25 and hasn't gone up in 10 years. Well, that was what was the problem, was that ours wasn't going up, and then the government's like, people, when people have, the minimum wage was not put there for students. It was there back in, like, I think it was the 20s or 30s. It was supposed to be the minimum wage for a person to live off of, right? You should have been able to get room, board, and food. Well, yes. So you get minimum wage, and then if you have kids, you get child tax benefit depending on your income. If you earn a lot, you don't get any or very little. If you are low income, you get that. Plus, you get GST, which is tax rebate. But we don't get that. We haven't had that for a few years because we're above that number. You're lucky. Wish I had that luck to move to Canada. Well, Colombia, you can't. So that's the thing. You have to. Well, you can move to Canada. We have lots of space. Our whole population of the whole country fits in that of is less than California. We have lots of space, lots of people, like that, lots of. So if you have skills, you can immigrate to Canada. We also have healthcare. You will not lose your house if you get sick. That's less than $17,000 a year before tax. Going for the minimum wage and child tax stuff. But you don't make minimum wage, do you, Amanda? And the maple syrup. Okay. SSD. Okay, we'll have fun on at dinner. You have to tell me next time or answer below where you went to for supper, because I want to know what you had. Well, see, that's the thing, is that anybody who has skills and stuff, we even minimum wage jobs, everybody is advertising for minimum wage jobs. Make almost true. That's good. But right now, I'm having food. Well, that's good. Hopefully, there's a meat and maybe a starch and some vegetables. Um, yeah, like I don't even know how much my husband. I honestly don't know how much my husband makes per hour because his is salary. So you'd have to kind of figure that out or that. Nothing wrong with for breakfast or supper. I like that every once in a while. I like having, like, if I made an egg omelet, put on toast and have it like a sandwich. Um, Spaghetti with sauce. That sounds yummy. And I like when I do it like that. If I do it like a sandwich, I have to put a bit of ketchup on top. But if I'm having an egg omelet and toast separate, I don't usually put it with ketchup. Go figure. Yeah, no. Well, here where I live, like all the fast food places and retail stores all seem to have signs up for um, looking for help wanted, right? Like a lot of pizza spots, a lot of fast food restaurants, a couple of like the retail stores and stuff like that. But then you might not be able to get all the hours you you want, so you might have to get a couple of jobs. Now, full time is a bit harder because a lot of these places don't hire a lot of full time people. They will hire multiple part time people. That way, they don't have to pay for benefits and higher taxes and EI stuff or whatever they have to do. But here, a lot of if you can do physical labor, you could get hired very and get paid very well working. Like there's cedar hedge companies, there is lawn service companies, and they pay really well. They put like and you don't have to have a high education for that. Like so, a lot of the places, like if you only have your high school, you could get a job there and get paid like $20 an hour versus minimum wage. Well, a lot of times fast food is not healthy. um, I don't know of any fast food place that would be considered healthy. Um, it's fast food. It might be nutritious, as in you're getting the different parts of the food guide, but the fact that they have to, it's mostly fried or grilled or whatever. There's not a lot of vegetables. Well, you have a great day, BJ hunting. Bye, Brad. But it's convenient. So I mean, I'm not dissing anybody who eats fast food. We eat fast food, just not all the time. Like the the last time we've done McDonald's, I think my husband did McDonald's last week, but the time before that was like months ago. I haven't done McDonald's. Well, I did McDonald's when I saw Angie back in June, and I got the breakfast, and I was not impressed with it. Oh no, no, that one I just got a regular one. Oh no, sorry, I lied. I did McDonald's Saturday morning. I did a breakfast sandwich this past Saturday morning. I forgot. I had got coffee before the memorial service. I got the breakfast griddle sandwich. I'm never getting that again because it was just odd with maple syrup in it. Sorry, I got confused. So I'm like, but we get it like once every couple months. For us, we prefer to spend our money on other restaurants like Chinese or Vietnamese or stuff like that, where it's healthier food, as in they're cooking it from scratch versus pre-made, frozen, processed stuff. So like when they're making sweet and sour pork, they start off with pork, then they bread it or whatever, make the sauce from scratch, maybe from a jar, who knows? Vegetables, fruit, usually pineapple and peppers and onions in it, versus McDonald's where it's frozen buns, processed bread, processed cheese, already pre-sliced lettuce and onions and pickles. How do they make their onions diced but not smell like onions? That's what I want to know. How they make their onions. Or I guess a figment of my imagination. Because I taste them and they have a little taste of onion. Like very, very mild. But I'm sorry. Onion has a very big, bold taste. Hello, Ethan. How's it going? Hey, Google. How does McDonald's make their onions not taste like onions?
Sorry, I can't help with that yet.
Hey, Google. How does McDonald's make their onions?
Sorry, I can't help with that yet.
Hey, Google. Where does McDonald's get their onions? He's searching. Hey, Google. Where does McDonald's get their diced onions?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
Apparently, Google doesn't know. Oh, apparently they use dehydrated onions. McDonald's. No, they use refresh onions. Don't like our sliver. Okay. No, okay. That's. I was gonna say they're rehydrated onions. McDonald's too. Supposedly there was a question, and they asked McDonald's. We used to have a restaurant in our town. They had the best chicken waffles. Once we were there, ooh, fresh whipped cream. That's super yummy. It was so good until they closed. Oh, that stinks. They probably weren't busy enough, or the problem what I find with a lot of these restaurants and stuff is a they start up the restaurant without having enough actual capital, enough money, and then with doing that, they incur debt, and then they fall behind on paying the debt, and it's hard to if you have the money in your bank, it's hard, and something's not working on your menu. Switch it up, change the ingredients, purchase new stuff. If you don't have the opportunity to do that, you're stuck with what you have and you have to use it. But then you're incurring debt even more because you have to pay the interest on the debt and then your suppliers and stuff like that. And they just fall behind. Like even if it's a successful restaurant and it's making money enough to pay their employees, they they're not either keeping up with the times of the prices of the products or charging customers enough profit on the meals, or they have too much staff, or they have not enough staff that people are saying it's taking too long and they're not coming back, you know. Now if a restaurant needs to start up, they need to have money, startup capital, not a loan, because that first year you're going to fall into debt anyways, no matter what. But starting off, you should never have that debt to start off, because you need startup costs. You have to find your groove, and it's never going to be perfect the first time. Well, that's very good that you worked through. I worked through college. I did have loans, but I worked through college. I'm hoping that Well, neither of my kids will have loans as big as what you guys have in the States. I've watched Dave Ramsey's and stuff, and I know people in the States, and your schools are really expensive. Two types: student loans and student grants. And starting this year, there was a lot more grants available for people. So hopefully, and the grants you don't have to pay back. So hopefully, my kids will apply for grants and apply for scholarships, so that they don't have to incur a lot of money. Plus, we've saved up money for their education, not a lot, but we have some, and we expect them to put towards some money towards that education. So, like for example, first term, let's say costs $4,000 for school from September to January, let's say. Well, we would expect them to save up, say, 2 grand of that, and then we use the money we've earned, and maybe we'll buy the books or something like that. Like, we haven't quite figured out the details of that, but we expect them to put some money towards it so that um, it's not just a free ride. Because uh, my friends who got a free ride, they were partying too much. They were not paying attention in school, not getting good grades. Yeah, I stay at home with my first program. I stay at home, and then my second program, I moved out. Well, if I've been listening to the Dave Ramsey show, and there was one lady, and I shared this with Abby. I was the caller, and I'm like, so she was going to school for history. She are a local community college, and she didn't have, and she had some loans for that. But she's going for her master's or whatever degree, associate degree, or I don't know what those mean. Here we have bachelor's, master's, and PhD, and we have college and we have university. Like, they're two separate things. College is more hands-on. University is more scientific or like research type based. So you say they would have to give them, and the city never came. Oh, that sucks, Jolan. Um, but with school, um, value money. Well, my friends I went to school with that were in my program that partied before a test and stuff like that. They didn't do well on the test. They didn't do well in the school. I had a job in my field before I graduated. Associate is 2 year, bachelor's is 4 year, and master's is usually additional 2 years after bachelor's. Okay, so here we have college, which is usually a 2 or 3 year program, and you get a bachelor's degree in university, which is either a 3 or 4 year program, depending. Like, sometimes they'll have a compressed 3 year program, and then master's again. It's a year or two after that, and the PhD is you have to do some sort of research thesis, and it could take you a whole year or more to do. But okay, because I was gonna say hearing associate. So they had the person had an associate's degree, and she wanted to know if she should get her bachelor's degree in the same community college spot that she was going to, or to travel to New York because she's going for history. Because there's and do it there. So then she would have incurred cost of living and stuff. Well, because she was living at home, but there was more opportunities to have um, apprenticeships and stuff like that in New York because they have museums and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, you already got a 2 year degree in history, whatever degree. You should be able to get a job or whatever for that. I would get to a job and have them pay if they want to, if I want to move up in the area. Because I'm sorry, I don't know. Like, what else is there to do with history degree? That doesn't have a lot of employable like skills that are employable, right? You you got enough skills to be a history teacher or museum person, but I'm sorry, I don't think they're paying those museum people a lot more than minimum wage, other than the archaeologists or the ones that like set up the displays and stuff like that, the real scientisty ones. Exactly, very small window of jobs that will pay money. It's kind of like the joke here. I have friends who went to university for 4 years and got a bachelor's of arts. Okay, a bachelor of arts. is a university degree. It means nothing. You have no skills in anything. And I have friends who've gone to school and they're getting like a degree in music or in art. Like, and it's like, honestly, not employable skills. You're still going to be a starving artist. Okay, I understand going to school for art or dance or whatever. That's your dream. You should do it. But you should also be taking some courses because you have electives, some courses that will teach you skills that will give you a job. Like I've told my kids, both of them, they need to get a job. Like they can have whatever dreams that they want. Like they want to be a singer or artist. Or you also have to have some skills that you can get a job so that you can earn money, so that you can do the things you love. You only have a 2 year degree. Yeah, I have a 2 year developmental service worker degree. I have 1.5 of a 3 year mechanical engineering technology diploma. So that was from the college. So that's because I have 4.5 years. You can come out with a 50,000. Well, yeah, $50,000 piece of paper. Well, you should look um, at jobs that uses your degree. I mean, I know if you like your job and stuff, it's hard to leave a job that you actually like because most jobs, But if it's financially a thing, you should look at you love your job. Well, you should ask your boss for a raise then. Have a good schedule. Mm-hmm. And all those things you have to kind of put into way. Like I have a friend who took another job that had a little bit less pay, but it was closer to home. It had more flexible schedule, and it was really close to where the daycare was. And over time, she could ask for a raise and possibly get up there. I mean, it was salaried, but she left a job. She went down by about 4 grand in income, 4 or 5 grand, because she was spending that 4 or 5 grand in gas, going further distance, paying longer time for daycare, getting home exhausted. Now she's living in Canada. She works in Canada. Her kid goes to school in Canada, so she's not going downtown and coming back. So going downtown is 40 minutes to an hour. Coming back 40 minutes to an hour. $12,000 raise. Well, that's a huge raise. I was gonna say a raise for a couple dollars an hour, which I don't think is 12,000. Probably a couple thousand, maybe. Hmm. Well, yeah. If you can work at home, saves on money, saves on laundry, saves on time, because you could start work at 8 o'clock. You don't have to, you know, go take a shower first. You're going to be live on your music channel. Okay, well, bye, Jalon. I gotta get going. Hubby just tried to call. So, it's been nice chatting with you. Oh, I chatted longer than I was expecting. I was expecting another 10 minutes. And I went 30. So, I threatened to leave. I had a raise. Had a raise. And my boss I worked for was a jerk face. So now you have a new boss. So the new one's like, yes, you're worth more than what you're getting paid. $12,000. That's a huge raise. That's nice. I will probably I'll try and be live tomorrow morning. If not, I'll be uploading some videos. Got it before he left because they knew I was putting up with a lot from the guy I worked for. Sweet. Yep. To work in your favor, girl. tomorrow, but I'll watch. Okay. Well, on Monday, hoping to be live with Angie again. Monday morning. I'm currently working on videos to upload. That should be fun. It'll be more like cook with me type videos. Oh, my meal I made last night, the curried oxtail and rice and bean, Caribbean rice and beans. That should be a video whenever I get it edited and uploaded. Might be next month. Well, thanks so much, Amanda. I really appreciate it. And rice and beans, really cheap. Rice, beans, coconut milk. If you want to put hot peppers in it, onions, garlic, thyme, salt, pepper, and super yummy. You could do it on the stove top too. I just did it in my Instant Pot. So, and cheap. You know we like the cheap, right? But just something different. Yeah, well, there's also the Consorti brand, which it's look for the electronic pressure cooker. Um, they're a bit cheaper than Instant Pot, but if you want to get an Instant Pot, then get one. Look on your Black Friday sales. You'll get like last year they were on for like $40 Black Friday. So if you put money aside, you could get it on Black Friday and then put it under the tree. Use it until Christmas. Wrap it back up, put it under the tree, and unwrap it. Oh, look, a surprise! Or use it, wrap box up, put it under the tree. So I'm gonna let you go. Bye. Mwah.